Internet, my name is Lave and I watched On the Basis of Sex, which is directed by Mimi Leder, whose most prominent films are The Peacemaker with George Clooney and Deep Impact. I really like Deep Impact. Here she is adapting the true story of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, a prominent equal rights lawyer in the US, charting her life from Harvard and Columbia Law School to her job as a professor teaching law to one of her groundbreaking cases which led to the change in law of gender discrimination embedded in the US Constitution. So I was a bit iffy about going to see this one because I thought it was going to be a really stuffy courtroom drama, and I was a bit tired after work, and when it starts talking about tax laws in the US, I thought, oh no, it's going to be 3 seconds before I'm... But fortunately, the lawyer lingo is explained in layman's terms and makes it really easy to understand. And I actually was really invested in the dramatic side of this movie, which is acted really well. The first act has a nice pace to it, setting everything up with Ruth graduating from law school, establishing the balance of family life and studying, to being forced to take an academic career, and there's a few other hardships along the way. And then the film sort of settles in the 70s and does something really smart by focusing in on just one of the prominent cases that she worked on. From what I can gather, she did a lot to change a lot of laws in the US Constitution, but the one that she works on focuses on discrimination against a guy, which she thinks is her best way to get the ball rolling. So for me, the film, whilst it does have a really strong feminist agenda, it's about equal rights for everyone, and as the film states on multiple occasions, in the 70s people were changing, so it's not really about that, it's about changing the law. Now, I have no idea if Felicity Jones has done a spot-on impersonation of the real Ruth, but I really liked her performance and the relationship she has with her husband Martin, played by Armie Hammer, who comes across as the nicest guy ever. But the film focuses more on the relationship between Ruth and her daughter Jane, played by Kaylee Spaney, who's had a good start to her career. She was also in Vice recently. She's got way more to do in this, and she is very good. She very much represents the next generation of people who are changing their views on the world and the big wigs. And it's an interesting relationship she's got with her mum. She's actually a bit frustrated with her at first, so it was really nice to see that develop throughout the film. Kathy Bates and Justin Theroux have supporting roles, and that's where the film gets a bit wiggy, but overall the production values are good. It feels and looks like it's set in the 70s, and the opening shots of the film are really good, which shows Ruth going to Harvard amongst a sea of men. But other than that, there weren't many occasions where I said to myself, oh, that's a really nice shot. That's not to say that it's a bad looking film. It's very solid. It just didn't set my world alight, and that's kind of how I feel about the rest of the film. I was engaged and I really enjoyed all of the acting, but I don't think it's one that I'm going to be buying on Blu-ray or anything like that. But I did walk out of the cinema really admiring the real Ruth. So I guess the film has done its job. So that's some thoughts on The Basis of Sex, and pause the video if you want to take a closer look at my enjoyment tracker now. There was one other thing that I noticed throughout the film which did get a bit annoying, and that's how many times that characters within the film say the title of the film. So I kept doing that thing that Cinema Sins does whenever it happens. He says, roll credits, and I said it about 5 or 6 times, so that did annoy me a little bit. But other than that, I thought it was a pretty nice tribute to this pretty remarkable woman. So thanks very much for watching this review. If you've seen it, let me know what you thought in the comments down below. And as always, thanks very much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you can, give it a like, and don't forget to share the Lave. You did it. We did it. I did it. Subscribe.